Hey there, Internet friends. Welcome to another episode of TV Thursday. I'm your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com, and this week I want to touch on one of my favorite episodes of one of my favorite series, the episode Blink from Doctor Who. Now, Blink can often be found on top 10 lists of Doctor Who episodes, so I don't necessarily know that I'll present and bring anything new to the table in what I have to say about it that others haven't said before me, but here's why I love that episode. Blink is an incredible standalone episode that anybody can hop into, even if they've never seen an episode of Doctor Who. Very often in seasons of Doctor Who, to lighten the production load of the leads, the person playing the Doctor and the people playing the companions, they will often kind of throw one episode in there that brings in guest talent and relies on a guest star to kind of carry the weight of the episode, while the Doctor and or companions will take a much more reduced role to give them a break in production. And that's what you have in Blink. You have David Tennant as the 10th Doctor and Freema Agyeman as Martha Jones, his companion for that season, kind of taking back seat to Carey Mulligan, who comes in as the guest for the episode. She's playing a role of Sally Sparrow. And as a result, we end up seeing the episode from Sally's eyes, which makes her a great vessel for the audience, and especially new people to the show, because everything that you need to know about the world of Doctor Who and all the critical components, they will explain to you through her, because she needs to know everything you need to know. So that's reason number one. It's a great standalone episode. Anybody can kind of pick it up and get right into it. Reason two, the villains in this episode. So you had Stephen Moffat writing this episode, and he was one of the star writers during the early rebirth of the series when it was still being run by Russell T Davies, and he did so well that they ended up handing the show off to him when Russell T Davies realized he needed to step away for his own kind of personal needs. So Stephen Moffat, later showrunner, comes in, knocks this one out of the park, creating the villain of the Weeping Angels. The Weeping Angels are kind of built on the children's game Red Light, Green Light, where you, the player, are it, and you've got all the kids trying to come at you, and you say, green light, and face away, and everybody can run after you, and then you turn around and say, red light, and if you catch them moving, they are out of the game, because they have to freeze while you're looking at them and saying red light. The Weeping Angels kind of behave the same way. When you're looking at them, they are just statues. But when you look away, they can move and chase after you. And if they touch you, they send you back in time. And they get some kind of like life power out of it. If you were going to live another 20 years and they send you back in time, they get your 20 years of life. And you also get to live out the rest of your life just kind of in the past. And I much prefer that iteration of the Weeping Angels that was a more merciful and peaceful kind of, not death even, as opposed to the Weeping Angels that would come when they were revisited throughout the series and just became much more murdersome. And if they touched you, you basically died. And it was like, it was a more serene kind of passing that you had in this first episode. So that gets us to part number 3, the use of time travel in this episode. So the Doctor and Martha were in the present day. They were investigating this house, and the Weeping Angels got them and sent them back in time, leaving the TARDIS, the time machine, there in the present, and so they have to kind of craft a way for someone to find them and outsmart the Weeping Angels and get the TARDIS and get them back, basically. Get the TARDIS to the past to them, so that they can get back and continue on their adventures. And through describing all of that, David Tennant would kind of utter one of his, what would become a catchphrase throughout his tenure on the show of, it's all wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. That's about as like scientific as he can get in explaining to this person who has never met him and doesn't understand time travel, that time travel doesn't move as linearly as Sally Sparrow thinks. They really play a lot with mystery and really kind of how thought out and intricate the Doctor's plan had to be, so much so that things were written behind wallpaper 30 years in the past that Sally can then like piece apart and see, and how it all comes around full circle is really tied off in a nice little bow. So yeah, that's Blink, Doctor Who, episode from 2007, the new series that is still ongoing with Doctor Who. great standalone episode, great performances in the standalone episode from everybody involved, great writing, great villains, just one of my favorite episodes of the series, and a wonderful showcase of what Doctor Who can be. Scary and smart and intense and eerily beautiful, and it does that great kind of cliched Doctor Who thing of making something that we think about every day, like statues, and in this case, like statues of angels with their hands over their eyes, makes them terrifying. And absolutely, when I walk by statues now after that episode, I think, oh man, it'd be really cool if that was a weeping angel. So, Blink, Doctor Who, if you've never seen it before, I definitely recommend that as a great entry point to maybe try and check out the series, or just even that episode and see kind of what I'm talking about here. Let me know if you are a fan of Doctor Who and what some of your favorite episodes might be in the comments below. And as always, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun, wonderful YouTube stuff. I've been your host, Trevor Starkey. You can follow me at Snarky Starkey on Twitter. And from here at the Trove, as always, treasure your friends.